I'm glad we've come this way today because it gives me probably the best chance that I'll have of explaining to you a bit about the estuaries in this part of North Wales. It's right at the top end of Ceredigion Bay, and I think because of the sweep and the curve round the Lleyn Peninsula, we have these what they call bar estuaries formed. This river is the Dwyryd, and as you might have seen beyond the bridge at the beginning, you would assume that it flowed out to the sea somewhere there, but it doesn't. It narrows and turns right and exits into a lagoon shared by the Lleyn, and then goes out to sea through a narrow exit. And these are formed by sandbanks or bars. We're talking about Fairbourne in the last video, and that has been built on a sandbar, but I reckon in the next 50 years that will be completely flooded and nothing is going to be done to save the village. It has annoyed the people that live there, but that's another story. As I said, there are 5 of these estuaries, very unusual, in that they're all narrow out to the sea, and then a short distance inland they widen out to a more familiar estuary width. You have the shared one of the Lleyn and the Dwyryd, then there's the Mawddach, then there's the Dwyryd, and then there's the Dyfi. And all 5 of them have the same characteristics. But here, as we ride alongside the Dwyryd, you can see quite clearly how wide it is and how deep inland it's going. In actual fact, we will be following this all the way up, and here we are. We're coming down towards the little tiny village of Mawddach, which I think at one time was on the main road to Mawddach, but now it's off to the side, and they've built a new road just beside it, which is probably just as well. We don't actually see it too much in this video. You can see the houses approaching. This is mainly to show you how we've been up the Dwyryd, and now we're coming down to the point where we actually cross it, which we'll do in a couple of minutes. And then we're off to Lleyn Peninsula for the day. I should call it by its proper Welsh name, actually. Apologies to my Welsh viewers. Lleyn is how it's like to pronounce. The English call it the Lleyn Peninsula, or the Lleyn Peninsula, or the Lleyn Peninsula, but it is Lleyn. And I hope my pronunciation is suitable. We could have gone a more direct route across the new bridge into Lleyn, but we chose this way. Here we cross the Dwyryd, and we go back down the other side. Almost all the way back down the other side until we reach the new road, and then we cut across and out onto Lleyn.
going to be going along the promenade, and there's a car park somewhere along the promenade. If not, I'll stop on W lines or whatever. We'll work that out when we get there, but that's where we're going to be coming back to on our way out a bit later, okay? Because when we're down on the prom, you'll have some opportunities to get some nice photos of the castle. It's 29th today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's a fair there as well. Oh, aren't you lucky?
Lesson number 1. Don't wear sandals on the beach without socks. And talking of socks, we're in Abersoch, or should I say Abersoch, and just stopped here for half an hour or so, right on the beach. This is probably one of the furthest west places you can go in mainland Wales. And looking over there in the distance, you can make right over there in the distance the mountains where Barmouth is. And having waited for one lot of dog walkers, there's another lot of dog walkers about to descend on me, so I'm going to have to close this and start again if necessary. But I think what I'll do for here is just have a quick pan round so you can see all these people coming out of nowhere. And this is the beach at Abersoch. You talk about take a coach to the beach. I think we just took our coach on the beach, and you really can't get much closer than that, but it is so busy here this morning, which I say lunchtime, it's about midday. The world and his wife and his dog is here, so good day had by all, I guess, if you like your beaches.
As I said last time I came to Abersoch, it was raining, it wasn't very nice. It was still nice to visit it, but it wasn't anything like it was today, so I'm glad you guys got to appreciate it in the sun. Everything's so much nicer in the sun, isn't it? Yeah. Even Dennis at the front's nicer in the sun.
This will be a good test for my new little wind muffs. We are in the bus station in the middle of Pwllheli. And I'm just going to walk around the corner to the railway station, because a couple of weeks ago I saw a video on YouTube where they delivered a unit by road to Barmouth, and certainly the state of the roads between Barmouth and here, I can understand why they wouldn't have delivered them any further. But I notice what appears to be the unit sitting in the corner
Where they set before.
of the station here at Bethely. Now, funnily enough, Butlins used to have a camp at Bethely. So why they call it Bethely, I don't know, because it's about 5 miles away. I do like this balustraded, whatever you like to call it, place here. It's a Wetherspoons, but it certainly looks very nice. Bigger town than I thought it would be, actually, and there is a bit of a seafront. Let's go take a look. There's just so many people around. It's hard to give any commentary. But, there's always a voiceover, I suppose. I have the technology. All these signs for football. You'd think there was something going on, wouldn't you? Anyway. Yeah, as I say, the Butlins camp is about 5 miles away to the east of here. It's a haven place now. But here, this, well, you wouldn't call it seafront, you'd call it the harbour. There must be a little stream or something comes out there, because what have we got in the corner there? We have got a swan. Now, it's funny seeing that, because one of the things I've noticed about this part of Wales, apart from that swan and a couple of mallards that I saw early this morning, I haven't seen any wild waterfowl, and I find that very, very surprising, to be honest with you. Maybe there's a reason for it. Perhaps the waters are polluted from the slate, though I don't think so, because in actual fact these waters are some of the cleanest I've seen. The little streams that go under the bridges are crystal clear. But anyway, that's looking down, I suppose, to the posh end. And that's the way out to the sea, and in the background behind that, no, it's not easy to see in the mist, but there are the mountains, and looking back towards Barmouth, where we're staying, although I should say Barmouth, because I don't like using the English name if I can avoid it. But anyway, just a quick pan round while I'm here and there's nobody about. Looking back towards the town and that rather nice looking church spire there. Let's see if I can find the church it belongs to in a minute. So we'll leave this for here and I'll take a walk up to the station. If we thought we had trouble with the coach, that house on wheels, big lorry there, he's going to have a bit of a problem. All of a sudden, nobody here just now, and I'm an idiot. Did I say I was going to walk up to the station? I'm actually at the station. It didn't look like it from behind me. And, seems to be an island platform here, and that will be the next train out. Apart from the other island. I feel sure that I saw another unit. Although maybe not, perhaps there's only one platform. It certainly looked like an island down there. Let's go and see, shall we? Where are the spoons again? Interesting architecture at the front of the station, which is now a cafe. I presume the way. It must be through here. Now, there he is warming up. It's a 13:38, all the way to Birmingham. Probably about a 4.5 hour journey, I guess. Well, I found this side street here. Obviously some very interesting buildings. I haven't found the church with the spire, but there is a nice old church up there, and it's another one of the old chapel buildings. I'm just zooming in on it there. I think it can be best seen from a distance. And Salem Church. And the date. Another one of those lovely old Welsh chapels. And just final look round at the gift shops and what have you. The smell of beer here up right opposite. And we'll just take a walk down to the corner. Our driver bought a Welsh bow tie in that gift shop a couple of years back. And when he got home he wondered why the only method of fastening it was a piece of Velcro. And then somebody told him the secret. It was a dog's bow tie. So he's had to work out how to, nothing interesting there. He had to work out how to fix it with his daughter's hairband. Oh, you do hear the strangest things, don't you? Now we're here at a lovely little place called Choice. And the only trouble is, so is the world and his wife again. But I'll get up on the seafront in a minute. But as well as the little bay, there's the remains, pretty substantial remains, of Castell Cricciar up on the headland. I'm told it's one of the last castles built by for sure. Somebody said it was Englandure, but I have to check on that. Lovely. I think the only way to do this bay justice is to get up into the corner. People messing about in boats as always. So let's get up to the corner.
No, I'm a lunch.
Alright, here we are. Looking back towards Abermouth. And round to Castell Cricia. And this is a zoom in from a freeze frame, so I'm afraid it isn't as clear as I would like it when we get close to, but I wanted to show you this little rickety wooden bridge here over the Mawddach where it narrows on its way inland. It's a toll bridge, only suitable for light vehicles, but I'm not sure I'd even want to drive a light vehicle over there. But it's a way of avoiding having to drive 8 or 9 miles inland up towards Dolgellau. Barmouth only has 2 ways in and out. You've either got to go in and out this way, or you head up north on the narrow coastal road, which if you've got a large vehicle is it's not a particularly pleasant journey. The tall building just to the left of the bridge there, and that's the old signal box from the old station, and I hope to tell you more about that in a later video. So we return to Barmouth, or Abermouth. And more apologies to my Welsh speaking viewers. I'm an idiot. It's Dolgellau, not Dolgellau. Dolgellau. Sorry. Bont y Bermo, the Barmouth Bridge. Longest timber viaduct in Wales and the oldest in regular use in Britain. 764 yards of wood and 130 yards of metal, and that swing bridge you see on the right was brought into use in 1902, the bridge having been started in 1864. Been out of use since the 1980s when the viaduct was reportedly going to be closed. That was when the marine woodworm got so bad that I think it was still British Railways at the time said no, we're going to close it. But a major campaign led to its restoration, or some amount of work done on it to enable it to reopen, although there were weight restrictions until 2005. Now it needs doing again, but they reckon with modern techniques obviously this time they can do a far better job and it will last an awful lot longer. But it has meant lots of long line closures, but it's all due to be finished next year. It's also open at the moment to walkers and cyclists with no toll. However, there are now arguments between the local authority and Network Rail about funding for maintenance, so that situation could change. Anyway, we're now going to continue our journey down the Mawddach and around the headland, so you can see more of this lovely structure and the line that goes with it.
Well, you can see the sea's a lot higher than it was yesterday. It's lovely, isn't it? The sea, lovely and sparkly and Now before we get down there, does anybody want dropping off in town, or are you all coming back to the hotel with me? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Oh, they're all hotel then? Yeah. Okay. Like I say, we'll offer that every day that we go out when we come back through the town. Somebody may want to just hop off. It takes a couple of minutes to let people off and then carry on our journey to the hotel. It's not far walk into town really, but if we're going through it, you want to get off, then you might as well take advantage.
I've done a separate short video of the sunset over the Lleyn Peninsula, Lleyn. I just thought I'd put this couple in just to show you what you can achieve, particularly the girl taking the photograph of the sunset. I thought that was quite good, that, and just a few shots just to complete the atmosphere to the end of the day out.